Hey everyone, welcome to the fourth video in my Arkham Horror the card game series. We're at the Essex County Express scenario of the Dunwich Legacy. So let's get right into it. We just took the Necronomicon from the museum. Recent events in the museum have forced you to reevaluate Armitage's tale about Dunwich. It cannot be a coincidence. Wilbur Whately, the Necronomicon, the creature from Dunwich, and the people and creatures who attacked here in Arkham, everything must be connected. You're certain where you must head. The lonely and dismal town of Dunwich Village. You consider telling the Massachusetts State Police what you know, but the negative consequences outweigh the potential gain. Given the nature of your story, they would likely write your stories off as a hoax. Worse, they could lock you up. After all, you were present in an illegal speakeasy, and you also trespassed in the museum. Instead, you decide to head to Dunwich yourself in order to investigate further. You pack everything you might need and manage to get some rest in the night. In the morning, you head to the train station in North Side and purchase a last-minute express ticket. Dunwich is several hours by train northwest along the Miskatonic River Valley. There is no train station in Dunwich, but you manage to phone one of Armitage's acquaintances in the small village, a man by the name of Zebulon Whately, who was present during the events several months ago. Armitage's notes indicate that the Whately family is spread across many branches, some decadent and unscrupulous, others undecayed, or otherwise untouched by nefarious and diabolic rites. According to Armitage, Zebulon's branch of the family lays somewhere in between the decayed and undecayed Whateleys, who knew of the traditions of his ancestors, but was not corrupted by them. He agrees to pick you up at the closest station and drive you into town. As the train departs Arkham, you feel the events of the previous night catching up to you, and exhaustion sets in. But before you can safely reach your destination, the train car suddenly rumbles and shakes, startling you out of your reverie. The train loudly skids to a violent halt, and you hear a rattling noise behind you. Setup time. We got all the encounter sets. Put one of the 3 engine car locations into play. All right. The Essex County Express. Put one of the 3 engine cars in play. We're going to remove the others from the game, I believe. Put 6 of the 8 train car locations into play at random in a straight line left of the engine car and remove the other 2 from the game. RFG'd. Okay. Then these go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on a train. Reveal the leftmost train car. Each investigator begins play in that location. If it has a forced effect that triggers upon entering it, ignore it. Okay. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard a card from your hand with at least 1 question mark icon or take a damage in a horror. Well, good thing I don't have to do that. So Lily, Darrell, start in the passenger car. Alrighty. What's next? Set all 4 copies of Across Time and Space aside out of play. Based on your difficulty level, add the following chaos tokens to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. Standard -3, and then we shuffle this. So, where's the -3? Boop. There's 2 of those in the bag now. Okay, the agenda card. A tear in reality. As the train to Dunwich comes to a jarring stop, you look out the window behind you and you see an immense tear in the sky, like a rip in a piece of cloth. Several of the rearmost train cars are pulled backwards, and there's a dreadful metallic crunch as they are detached. The train cars topple upwards and into the rift in the sky. Nearby passengers are panicking, and others are cowering in their seats, and one elderly man has fainted in fear. Foredoom. Run! The train has stopped on a bridge high above the Miskatonic River. You might be able to survive the fall, but you don't like your chances. Your best bet is to make your way to the engine car as fast as you can and get the train running again. If an investigator enters the engine car, immediately advance. Okay, so the scenario reference sheet, we got -X for skulls, where X is the current agenda. Cultist -1. If you fail and it's your turn, lose all of your remaining actions and lose your turn. End your turn immediately. Tablet -2. Add a doom to the nearest cultist. And squid -3. If you fail, choose and discard a card from your hand. Okay. We got a shroud of 1 and 2 clues on this location, so that should be pretty easy for Darrell to investigate. Hell, Lily can investigate it. But we're going to draw our cards. Sweet. Oh, my arm injury's in my hand, so let's kick that one out. Drawn to the flame could be useful if I need to suck up clues as Lily. Hypnotic gaze as a dodge. I've got a weapon, so we're going to keep that. I like the enchanted blade better than the ceremonial sickle. Just everything in Lily's deck is so goddamn expensive. I'm going to redraw those 3. Ward of protection, shriveling, and my butterfly swords. Okay, that's got a couple of weapons in there. A couple of protection things. Shriveling can commit for a fist. Okay. And let's see, who's buzzing me? Nobody's buzzing me. The Reds game's over. Okay. Darrell's hand. Let's pitch making preparations. I'm going to keep my camera. Going to keep working a hunch. I'm going to keep forewarned. And I'm going to pitch bizarre diagnosis. I'd like my Mariner's compass, but my Hawkeye folding camera is staying. Maybe, do I? No, I'm going to keep forewarned. Madame LeBranche and a deduction. Okay. Really wanted my Mariner's compass, but we got what we got. Okay. Let's have Darrell go first, since this is a really easy location to investigate. 1 shroud. So 5 on a 1. That's a success. 5 on a 1. That's a success. So he gets both of the clues. Oh yeah, the train cars say that you cannot enter the train car unless all of the clues on the left train car have been discovered. So I can zoom out a little bit, I guess. Oh, I wanted to pick up both of the clues. Come on, Tabletop Simulator, work with me here. And then I guess Darrell's going to move into the train car. I think we need to get to the engine car as quickly as possible, unless there's an asset I want to play. You know what? There is an asset I want to play. I want to play the Hawkeye folding camera. I should have played the Hawkeye folding camera first. Can we pretend I played the Hawkeye folding camera first? Because no, I'm not going to pretend. I should have, because after the last clue is discovered from your location, I get to place an evidence. So I just blundered and cost myself an evidence because I was not thinking. Okay, whatever. All right, Lily, get a weapon out. Would I rather have my butterfly swords or my enchanted blades? Butterfly swords commits for more things, but it's a double attack. Butterfly swords is just better. And then I think Lily moves. Lily's going to go into the train car. 4 shroud, 1 investigator clues. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total fist icons or take 2 damage. Is Darrell able to do that? No, I don't think Darrell has fist icons, so he's going to be taking the damage. I can discard my blade and shriveling. Let's do that. I don't need the blade anymore because I have my swords, and shriveling is... That was just a card that I drafted because it was better than any of the other cards in that set. So Lily played the sword, she moved, and you know what else she's going to do? She's going to draw into the flame to get these clues on the 4 shroud location. So first, when she plays Drawn to the Flame, she has to draw an Ancient Evils. Oh, Darrell could get fucked. Darrell could just get fucked this turn. But then she gets those 2 clues. I could get fucked if Ancient Evils were the top 3 cards. It's very highly unlikely, but possible. All right, so that was actually pretty solid. I uncovered 2 locations, and Lily got the 4 shroud clues, which is great. Okay. Upkeep for Lily. I got some first aid, which might be useful for Darrell going to be taking this damage here. And Darrell gets sharp vision. If it's committed during a basic investigate action, it gets 2 more books, and if it's successful by 2 or more, then it's a deduction. Cool. Doom on the sheet the second. Encounter card. Okay, not an Ancient Evils. It's a grappling horror, 3/3/2 hunter. While you're engaged with grappling horror, you cannot move. A thing for Lily to fight. How convenient. I am not going to put an evidence on that because she's going to kill it. Yeah. Rotting Remains. Test head 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. Here's the question. I could place one of my clues on my location and then still move into the passenger car because it doesn't have this text on it anymore. Yeah, I could do that. I could play Forewarned, which puts a clue on my location and then says, fuck Rotting Remains. I think I'm going to do that. Like, we don't need to spend clues in this scenario. I'm going to put one of my clues back. And since Lily already opened this up, it doesn't have this text on it anymore. I should be able to go into it. So, bye-bye, Rotting Remains. Okay. Our turn. Let's see. Darrell's going to have to take 2 damage, which kind of sucks. Let's have Lily fight this thing first. So she's got her discipline, which gives her a fist. I'm going to put that there. And then she's going to attack with the butterfly swords. +1 fist for this attack. So that puts her up to a 6 against a 3. That's a success for 1 damage. After this attack, you may exhaust butterfly swords to fight again, adding your foot to your skill value for that attack, and that attack deals +1 damage. Sure. Adding my foot to my fist gives me an 8 on a 3. Skull is -1 because it's still Agenda 1. That kills it. And then since I know Darrell's going to need to heal, I'm going to play First Aid. You know, might as well move into this train car now, too. And then Darrell can move twice and investigate, hopefully. We have the sleeping car. 4 shroud, action, gain 3 resources, and remember that you have stolen a passenger's luggage. Okay. That's Lily's turn. She fought, she played First Aid, and moved. Darrell's going to move. We already noticed that we could not discard the cards with 2 total fist icons, so I'm taking, was it 2 damage? Yep, that's pretty rough. He's going to move into this sleeping car. And then I could investigate 5 on a 4. And, sharp vision would get me the double clues. I could just play working a hunch, but I might as well try the 5 on a 4, and if I fail, then I can working a hunch. That's the plan. Investigate. 5 on a 4. Squid is bad. -3 if you fail, choose and discard a card from your hand. Okay, who is it going to be? Madame LeBranche? I mean, that's a health sink. It could just be deduction, if I'm being honest, because sharp vision is better than deduction. I want to play working a hunch, and Madame LeBranche could be useful for the damage. So yeah, by deduction, as weird as that sounds. Okay, then I will play working a hunch. That's fast, so it doesn't cost me an action. I'm going to get the 1 clue that's on the train car. And Hawkeye folding camera, does that exhaust? No. But it does get an evidence. Now my head stat is 1 higher. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's my turn. There are no enemies in play. Let's just hope that we don't get one of the passengers, because we're way ahead on the train now. Upkeep. I got my Brand of Cthulhu. That's a really good fighting implement, too. I wanted to say weapon, but it's not a weapon. It's a spell, technically. It looks like a weapon, but it's a fire sword. All right. Upkeep for Darrell. Is my occult lexicon. Bloodright is what lets me deal damage to enemies. That's pretty good. Okay. And it's testless, right? It's draw cards, discard some number of cards. You can either gain resources or spend resources to deal damage. That's a solid card. It is time for Doom on the sheet. In the Mythos phase, we're at 3 of 4. Don't draw a helpless passenger, Lily. You didn't. Cool. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset you control into your deck and discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If a copy of that asset is discarded, take 2 horror. You know, I can play my brand. I only have 1 first aid. I think I have multiple butterfly swords and I have a brand to replace it. Or I could just say fuck it with Ward of Protection. You know, I'm going to say fuck it with Ward of Protection. Boom. We're not doing that. Ancient Evils. That's going to cause the agenda to advance, which is fine. I'm okay with this. The rearmost car of the train detaches as it is pulled backwards. To your horror, it rises off the tracks and is consumed by the gate above you. Remove the leftmost location in the game or place it in the victory display if it has victory X and no clues on it. Each investigator at that location is defeated. Each enemy and asset at that location is discarded. Discard all clues controlled by investigators. So that gets RFG'd. The clue goes away. That doesn't matter. Put this back in here. And we get rid of our clues. So I guess I can click this button. Aha. The maw widens. The tear grows larger, and you can feel the rearmost car of the train shaking as it is pulled backwards. The situation threatens to erupt into chaos as more passengers realize the danger they are in. Some passengers are looking for places to hide, while others are running about the compartments in terror. 3 doom this time, and the skulls are now -2s. Okay, we need to go get these clues fast. We need to get to the engine car fast. I'm going to have Lily spend 1 action to heal Darrell. That's 1 damage or 1 horror. Let's heal him 1 horror. And then she'll move in to this train car. 6 clues. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 foot icons or take 2 damage. Welp, I'm taking 2 damage. Can Darrell do that? No, he's taking the 2 damage too. Like Lily's down to 4. Darrell will be down to 3. Ugh. I've got 2 resources. I'm going to draw a card as my 3rd action because what was the shroud here? 1? Ooh, I might just try investigating, honestly. Although the squid would be really bad. What are the symbols? Tablet would just fail. Cultist would succeed. Skull would fail. The squid would be the worst. Sure. I'll try investigating. There's 6 clues here. We need to get them. -2 is just a fail. Okay. All right, Darrell, let's get in there. You have to take the 2 damage because I don't have the foot icons. Now, here's what I do. I'm sitting at a 5 on a 1. I could commit sharp vision to this test. That would put me up to 8 on a 1. The biggest thing in there is a -4 that would still pass by 2. So yeah, we're going to do that. I am going to commit sharp vision to go 8 on a 1. 0. If you succeed by 2 or more, discover an additional clue. Okay, so that we do. It's a I think, better deduction, except for you can't use, well, you could use this. You don't get the triple book, but you could use it on a Mariner's Compass or whatever. Okay, so that was 2 clues. I'm just going to investigate 5 on a 1. Success, 5 on a 1. -3 is still a success. So that's 2 more clues. I got 4 of those 6 clues in 1 turn. That's pretty damn good. No. I moved. I only had 1 action left. Because I moved into the train car. Or did I move twice? No, we were both there. Yeah, I moved this turn. So I only get 2 investigate actions. That's still 3 of the 6 clues. Okay. I almost cheated. Upkeep, I guess, because there are no enemies. Beat cop. I don't have the resources for him, but that's okay. Upkeep. Bizarre diagnosis. Hell, Darrell can heal himself. That's pretty good. Okay. 1 out of 3 doom on the sheet, and we've got, for the encounter cards, an emergent monstrosity spawn at the location to your right, or your location if there is no location to your right, enters play exhausted. It's a victory point, 4/5/3, and deals 2 and 2. Darrell might be going first, because if he can suck up those 3 clues, then Lily can go fight him. Routing remains. Sure, my head is up 1 because I have an evidence on the Hawkeye folding camera, so I could either test a 3 on a 3, or I could pay this evidence to make it a 2 on a 1. I might as well pay the evidence to make it a 2 on a 1. That's a better test, right? That passes. Cool. I should have put the evidence on that dude, but I did it too late. I waited until after I drew my card. Oh well. I'm going too fast here. I need to... when something comes into play on Lily's Mythos phase, I need to think about Darrell. Not getting the most use out of my characters. Okay. Yeah, I just need to suck up these 3 clues, so I'm going to do 3 basic investigates, 5 on a 1. Pass. 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 Give me all the clues. And Lily, you can go start kicking some ass. Passenger car. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard 2 cards from your hand with at least 2 total book icons or take 2 horror. I mean, do I have the book icons? No. Horror's fine. Excuse me. Darrell has the book icons, but he also has a huge horror, sanity pool, so he might just take the 2 horror. So that was her first action to move. Her second action is going to be to fight this thing. 4 fight is kind of rough, but you can commit the beat comp. Nah, I mean, I'm going to fight with my butterfly swords. That'll put me up to 6 on a 4. That is a success because it's still just Agenda 2, right? Yes. So that's a damage on Mr. Dude Man. And sure, I'll exhaust it now to go 8 on a 4. And succeed again for 2 damage. And I might as well swing with my butterfly swords one more time. 6 on a 4. That's a pass. Wow, I've been getting pretty damn lucky with my draws from the chaos bag. That's 4 damage on a 5 health monster this turn. Okay. Pretty solid. Upkeep. Dr. Francis Morgan. Sweet. And anatomical diagrams. I can give a non-elite enemy -2 fight and -2 evade as long as I'm sitting above at least 5 sanity. 5 or more remaining sanity, yep. Also during the upkeep, this enemy engages Lily. Okay, just making sure I did that right. 2 out of 3 doom on the sheet. Here come the helpless passengers. Nope. A grappling horror. Well, something else to fight. Darrell's got Frozen in Fear. Every time I perform a move, fight, or evade action, it costs an additional action, and I have to spend test head 3 to discard Frozen in Fear. I'm going to put in evidence on that for my Kodak. Okay. Lily, I mean, does it really matter if... Well, actually, let's have Darrell go first. He needs to move. He'll just tank the 2 horror. Because I really don't want to discard any of these. And then I think I just straight... Oh, that move cost 2 actions. And I investigate straight up 5 on a 3. That's a success. Give me a clue. Give me an evidence. And that's my turn. I have to test Frozen in Fear. I could spend this evidence to make it a 2 on a 1. Honestly, I'm not going to be moving, fighting, or evading. It doesn't really matter to me if I pass this test unless I draw the squid. Okay, that's fine. I'm still Frozen in Fear. Lily. She's engaged with 2 enemies. Let's just fight this thing. 6 on a 4. I mean, I'm slicing it with my butterfly sword. 6 on a 4. Okay, that's a failure. Slicing this thing again. 6 on a 4. I'm choosing not to exhaust butterfly swords to fight again. I'm just doing a second fight action. 6 on a 4. That kills it, because that's 1 damage. Now here's the question on butterfly swords. After this attack, you may exhaust butterfly swords to fight again, adding your foot to your skill value for that attack. That attack deals +1 damage. Does it have to be the same enemy? That's a question. This means you'll get a second check regardless if the first hits or misses, which can be used to target the same or a different enemy. That's what a review on Arkham DB says. All right, so then I might as well, in this second action, swing at him. 8 on a 3 for 2 damage. That's a success. And then my third action is just going to be fighting again with the butterfly sword. 6 on a 3. Cultist is a -1. He's dead. Good job, Lily. Just slicing through everything. Okay. That was our turn. Upkeep time. I got a sweeping kick. And I got a Eureka. Okay. Doom on the sheet is the 3rd. So this advances. The next train car is ripped backwards with violent force. A middle-aged man hangs from his fingertips as the car flies unhindered towards the rift. In moments, the car is consumed whole and the man lets go rather than be pulled into the void. He starts to fall, but is caught by the rift's force and pulled inside of it anyway. Remove the leftmost location from the game. Put it in the victory display if it has victory X, blah, blah, blah. Each enemy and asset at that location is discarded. Discard all clues controlled by investigators. Agenda 3A, rolling backwards. The pull of the rift in the sky seems to grow stronger, and the entire train begins to roll backwards along the tracks. The rearmost cars of the train begin to rattle, the force of the rift threatening to detach them. You must get out of these cars as fast as you can. For doom. All right, where are the helpless passengers? Not here. Wizard of the Order spawns at any empty location. Retaliate 4/2/2 at the start of the Mythos phase, or at the end of the Mythos phase. Place a doom on Wizard of the Order. So let's see. If I put him here, Lily would have to go back in here and take 2 damage and come back in here and take 2 horror. Hopefully, Darrell can suck up these 3 clues, and then Lily can go punch him here. If not, I'm going to have Darrell put in evidence on him. Darrell, what do you got? Terror from Beyond, Peril. Choose asset, event, or skill. Okay, if I was playing this by myself and my partner, like I didn't know what my partner's hand was. I might say skill. Yeah, it's going to be skill. Sorry, Eureka, but I just have too many of the other cards. And plus, asset and event would have fucked her too. So, that's gone. Oh, boy. I'm still frozen in fear, but that's fine. Like I said, I'm just going to investigate this 3 times. And hopefully I succeed 3 times. Because if I don't, then Lily would have to investigate. Does she have any books to commit? She has 1, and I think I'd rather play Francis Morgan. End of the Mythos phase, dude gets a doom. Which means we don't have to kill him this turn unless we Ancient Evils. But that's fine. Yeah, let's just straight up straight up investigate, right, yeah. Straight up investigate 5 on a 3. Success. Fail. And I didn't have any of my luckies. 5 on a 3. Another fail. Oh, Darrell. Darrell, what's happening to you, boy? Well, Lily's kind of stuck here because she's not going to investigate 2 on a 3. I guess what she can do... Play Francis Morgan. Costs 3, right? Yep. Heal 1 off of Darrell. 1 damage. And draw a card. Okay. That's a bit unfortunate of a turn, but it is what it is. Darrell, you have to get those clues next turn. Okay, upkeep time. An unexpected courage. Maybe Lily could even investigate. And a higher education. That card, I don't have Dark Horse out. I don't really have a lot of cards in my hand. I'm just going to commit for a book or a head, more than likely. Okay. Doom on the sheet. We're at 2 of 4. Encounter cards. Terror from Beyond. I'm going to choose skill again. Although that would get rid of my unexpected courage. But it wouldn't fuck over Darrell. I don't want to say asset, because that would be my brand, my beat copy, and my ceremonial sickle. Yeah, it's just going to have to be skill. Well, what events do I have? Healing and make things easier to fight. Yeah, I think it's just going to be skills again, unfortunately. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset you control into your deck and discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If a copy of that asset is discarded, take 2 horror. My Hawkeye folding camera. Oh no, my Mariner's Compass. There goes a Hawkeye folding camera and my Gravedigger shovel, so I take, what, 2 horror? That's the first time I think that has ever hit me. Well, now this card is useless because I don't have 5 or more remaining sanity. Darrell, you got to get these clues. So my first action is going to be investigating. I'm going to commit higher education for its book. 6 on a 3. Skull is -3. Because we're at Agenda 3? Yes. So that still succeeds. Give me the clue. Oh, this thing. Oh, nope, that's Frozen in Fear. I'm sorry, that's Frozen in Fear. I thought that was still the thing that I needed to test. Investigate 5 on a 3. Straight up. Ouch. Well, this one needs to succeed, so I'm going to spend my evidence from Darrell's Kodak to make it a 5 on a 1. Here comes the auto fail. Nope. Okay. That's all the clues. If I still had my Hawkeye folding camera, it would get an evidence, but it's gone now. But Darrell did his job a little shittily, but he did his job. Now I test Frozen in Fear. I'm going to commit the anatomical diagram since I can't play it anymore anyway to make it a 3 on a 3 test. Cultist is -1. If you fail, you lose all your actions and end my turn. Oh no. It was the end of my turn anyway. All right, Lily, you need to go punch this Wizard of the Order. Oh. Okay. No forced when you enter it effect. It's got a 3 shroud, 2 clues. It is connected, blah, blah, blah. Cannot be investigated. You have to spend 3 resources to discover a clue. That's probably fine because Lily's got 3 and Darrell's got 7. Okay, yeah, cool. No problem. Is that 1 action or 2 actions? 1 action. Okay. So Lily's first action was to move. Now she's going to fight the Wizard of the Order with the butterfly swords. I'm sitting at 5. So I might as well just keep this down to 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 on a 4. Squid is -3. That's a success. This is my fight action. And then I'm going to exhaust butterfly swords to add my feet. So I'm at 7, 8, 9 on a 4 for multiple damage. That succeeds. The doom goes away. Darrell's evidence goes away. That's okay. After you defeat an enemy, I'm going to draw a card with Francis Morgan. Another sickle. And then, yeah, how about I do this action to spend 3 resources to discover a clue at my location? Good job, Lily. Getting clues. Alrighty. Enemy phase, there are no enemies, because Lily's been doing her job quite well this round. So we upkeep. What did I draw? A premonition. Darrell got his camera back. Okay. It is time to place Doom on the sheet in the Mythos phase and draw encounter cards. I still haven't drawn a helpless passenger. Still haven't drawn a helpless passenger. Claws of Steam. Revelation test. Head 3. If you fail, take 2 damage and you cannot move from this location this round. Must be assigned to your assets first if able. Oh no, Dr. Francis Morgan can tank a whole bunch. Head 3. Am I really going to need this brand? I've got my butterfly swords, and I've got 2 sickles if the butterfly swords somehow die, but this one's cheaper. You know what? I'm just going to go 3 on a 3. Francis Morgan can take 2 damage. Okay. Francis Morgan. Did I discard that card? No, I did not. Darrell. Ancient Evils. You know, I'm actually fine with that. Because I think this time these 2 cards go away, and then Helpless Passengers will be able to go back and retrieve if they ever draw one. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. Let's play Premonition. This is played during any player window. I'm going to say Darrell's going first, but Lily's going to play Premonition. Oh, look at that. A 0. That will get rid of Frozen in Fear if we commit 1 head. The brand. Do I have any head to commit over here? Yes. Oh, that's the Hawkeye folding camera. Shit. Well, at this point, the Hawkeye folding camera is probably better to get rid of Frozen in Fear. Well, I only have one more location to move. I'm going to move, because I have to. That's 2 actions. If we're going to get this clue this turn, it has to be Darrell. So I'm going to do that. Spend 3 resources to discover a clue. Now I'm testing Frozen in Fear, and I'm at 2 on a 0. You know, Lily is going to commit the brand to make it 3, or 2 on a 0. 2 on a 3. With Premonition, we know that we're drawing a 0. Committing the brand will make my head stat go up to 3 and pass Frozen in Fear. Okay. Well, Lily, get into the engine car. 1 shroud, 4 clues. After you reveal engine car, draw the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Now, here's the question. What order does this? If an investigator enters the engine car, immediately advance. I'm going to say that this happens first. Because I don't think it really matters. I'm going to do the act flipping first. A tender car filled with coal blocks your way to the engine cab. Swallowing your fear, you climb out the nearby window and clamber onto the roof of the train, making your way across the tender car. The steady backward motion of the train makes it difficult for you to keep your footing. As you get close, a winged creature swoops down from above, its body composed of piping hot steam. I either have to test foot 3 to attempt to dodge the creature. If I fail, you leap too far and barely grip the side of the train, hanging on for dear life. Although you manage to pull yourself up, the experience is terrifying. Suffer a mental trauma. Which trauma did Lily? She has a physical trauma. Test hand 3, fist 3, to attempt to endure the creature's extreme heat. If you fail, the creature flies through you, and the heat burns you. You suffer 1 physical trauma. I mean, she's more likely to pass the fist test because she's at 4, 5, 6 on a 3, and I can commit a sickle so that only the auto fail. Yep, I'm going to commit only the sickle so that only the auto fail fails me on a fist test. 7 on a 3, and I get a +1 anyway. Cool. So I succeed at enduring the creature's extreme heat. Get the engine running. You've managed to make it to the engine cab, but now you have to get the engine started again so you can outrun the pulling force of the gate. Objective: if there are no clues in the engine car, immediately advance. Now, when I reveal the engine car, draw the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Here comes those helpless passengers. Yep. He comes into play. Oh, put helpless passenger into play at the location on your left. Oh, it's not the leftmost. It's the location on your left. That's actually a hell of a lot better. It also surges. So this is still drawing the first of 3 cards from the encounter deck. Dissonant Voices. You cannot play assets or events. That's fine. That's going to go away at the end of the round. I'm not going to put a thing on there with Darrell. Encounter card the second. Another helpless passenger. Still encounter card the second because helpless passenger surges. Arcane Barrier. That's fine. And Darrell is going to put an evidence on that. Because Darrell's the only person who's got to come into it. Lily's not leaving it. And Darrell's got plenty of cards to discard in his deck. And finally, encounter card the third. Frozen in Fear. That's fine. Although, the fight is kind of, not great. But Butterfly Swords gets around Frozen in Fear because it's still just 1 fight action to get that second attack. That's actually solid. Those were 3 not too bad encounter cards to draw. Was that Lily's first action? I think so. And since it's a Shroud of 1, I might as well investigate with Lily. 2 on a 1. Skulls -3. So that's a fail. -1 gets a clue. Cool. No, not the whole engine car, just the clue. All right, that was our entire turn. Upkeep. Oh, at the end of my turn, I test Frozen in Fear. Head 3. 3 on a 3. Ha! Sweet. Now we upkeep. Eldritch Initiation. I get to draw cards for each arcane slot I have, which is 2. And for every filled arcane slot, I discard a card from my hand, which is 0. So that's just a draw 2. And I got a lucky with Darrell, an upgraded super lucky. Cool. Doom on the sheet is the 4th. Two of the train cars closest to the gate are severed from the rest of the train by a sheet of impossibly hot steam, which slices through metal like knife through butter. The cars are sucked upwards and fly into the gate. Something above the train lets out a terrible screech. Though to your ears, it is like the shrill sound of a broken steam pipe. Remove the 2 leftmost locations from the game. And put them... Oh, did they have victory? No, these 2 are the only ones that had victory. I'm 99% certain. Whatever. Each investigator at those locations is defeated. Each enemy and asset at those locations is discarded. Discard all clues controlled by the investigators. Boink. Okay. Lily. Oh, this is gone now, too. Because it was the end of the round. It should have been gone at the start of the Mythos phase. Darrell, why didn't you get... Oh, I hit draw 1 instead of upkeep, so I didn't get the resource or flip those things. Okay. Lily drew 3 pretty innocuous encounter cards last time. So here come the bad ones. You can't play assets or events. I don't think she was going to. As long as Darrell doesn't draw an enemy, I think we're good here. Oh, it's an arcane barrier. Well, this is fine. That just means Darrell's going to have to... I think each of these would be a separate test. I can't pass either of them. Oh, I can lucky one of them if I only reduce my skill value to a 1. But I'm going to parlay twice to take both of these helpless passengers with Darrell. So that is his first 2 actions, or those are his first 2 actions. Then my third action is going to be moving into the engine car with Lily. Now, I have to test this arcane barrier, head 4. I'm at 2. I can discard a Hawkeye folding camera. I can commit it for 3 on a 4. -3 puts me down to 0, so I can't pass that with lucky anyway. I'm going to discard the top 5 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I have to test this arcane barrier. I'm at 2 on a 4. -1 puts me down to 1. And then I'm going to play lucky to get +3 to my skill value and draw a card which succeeds in discarding this arcane barrier that has an evidence on it. Actually, you know what? I have one shroud. I shouldn't need evidence. I'm just going to discard the arcane barrier. Why not? In case for some reason I have to move out, like if I draw a helpless passenger, Lily can go grab him or something. I draw a card for lucky, which is Grit Your Teeth. All right. So the helpless passengers are quote-unquote safe with us in the engine car. Lily gets to go now, and I guess she's just going to investigate. She's at a 2 on a 1. I'm going to commit Eldritch Initiation to go up to 3 on a 1. Darrell's going to commit Occult Lexicon to make her go up to 4 on a 1. No! Okay. Let's do it again. Darrell, you got anything to help her? Madame Lebranche. 3 on a 1 for Lily. Oh, that succeeds. Give me the clue. Yeah, I'm fine as far as damage is concerned. Let's commit the bizarre diagnosis to Lily to make her go up to 4 on a 1. No! Every time I've been at 4 on a 1, she's drawn the -4. Okay. This is the end of the round. Alright, upkeep for Lily. She draws an Azure Flame. Upkeep for Darrell. He draws an Empirical Hypothesis. Okay. Doom on the sheet. We are at 1 of 3. Lily, this goes away. Lily, what do you got? Not a Chaos token. I meant an encounter card. Oh, it's a cultist. Spawn at any empty location. Well, it's back here. If Darrell doesn't succeed at getting these 2 clues, 1, he's really bad at his job, and 2, that means Lily's going to have to go kill him. Otherwise, well, this would just advance faster. We'll see what Darrell draws. It's a Rotting Remains. Test head 3. I'm at head 2. I'm going to commit Grit Your Teeth for the question mark. 3 on a 3. Because, well, 3 horror won't kill me. But still, 3 on a 3. Cultist is very bad. -1. Oh, no, it's not my turn. It's not my turn. -1 if you fail and it is your turn, lose all remaining actions and end your turn immediately. It's not Darrell's turn. It's the Mythos phase. So I take 1 horror. Now it's the investigation phase. Now it's Darrell's turn. Investigate twice. 5 on a 1. That's a success. That's a success. And that is all the clues. This is the best scenario that I've had so far in this campaign. I fucking crushed it. If there are no clues in the engine car, immediately advance. The engine roars to life and kicks into motion. You shovel coal into the engine's firebox and are relieved to see that the train is moving forward along the tracks once again. R1. Cool. Before resolving any other resolution, if at least 1 investigator was defeated, surprisingly no, we read investigator defeat first. Otherwise, we R1. You breathe a sigh of relief as the gate behind the train collapses harmlessly upon itself. The few passengers who survived the ordeal seem unable to comprehend what just happened. One passenger mentions a pipe bursting in the rear car, and that quickly becomes the explanation for the innocent and the ignorant, those who either cannot or choose not to delve further into the mystery. You, on the other hand, you know better, although in hindsight you wish you didn't. Each investigator earns experience equal to the Victory X value of each card in the victory display. So that's the 2 locations. Whoops, where am I? These 2 locations and the monster I killed. The Emergent Monstrosity, that's a victory point. So we got 3 XP. Yeah, I saved 2 helpless passengers. It really helped that they didn't come out until last, and they were in the last passenger car. How many more cards did I have in the encounter deck? 11. And I think there's 1 more helpless passenger? Yes. I didn't draw any broken rails. I drew 1 Claws of Steam and Francis Morgan soaked it. I didn't draw any mysterious chantings, but there was only the Wizard of the Order and then that Acolyte that I just drew. Like, there's 2 Acolytes here. There was another Emergent Monstrosity. That's another victory point I could have had. Why couldn't I have drawn him in the last round? I would have had Lily go first and just fuck him up. Yeah, that was a pretty successful scenario. Not taking any trauma. I wish it would be bonus XP for saving these helpless passengers, but it means I didn't have to take horror, which, I mean, Darrell was kind of close. Lily was, he had 3 and she had 4 left. So even if both of these guys died, they would be there. And it'd be a little more harrowing, but like it would not have killed them. Yeah. So that'll about do it for this video. Next, we're in Dunwich. We finally got to our destination and we got the train going. So yeah, look forward to that in the next video, and I hope to see you guys there. Take care now.